Good morning, Tuesday the 12th of February. Very quick video before I head outside to catch a taxi. So I did writing this morning. I didn't start a new component like I thought I might. I just worked on the component that I was writing yesterday, and it's okay. It's part of me, part of me wants to just say maybe in 20 words what I've just said in 1,000, but I think that would be more for my benefit rather than someone else's. I feel like there's a really simple way to say what I've said because I'm trying to set some particular philosophical foundations for what is to come at this point. And it's tricky because I think I want to. I think I keep thinking if I read this in someone else's book, what would I think? And I think I'd really appreciate it. I think I want to read other people say the things that I'm saying about meaning and meaninglessness and, some of these existential considerations that I always want to have at the forefront of the conversation. I mean, one of the one of the things that I wrote that I actually quite like. The camera's in the way of the thing. It doesn't matter. I won't read it exactly off the screen, but basically, just saying that every meeting should start with an acknowledgement of the meaninglessness of all things before we get to other agenda items. I just think I always feel like we can't say anything until we realise that everything is nothing. And that sort of existential nihilism, I think I said this yesterday, feels like a very tired trope to go through again and again, but it also, to me, feels like it's something that doesn't have a resolution. And even though many works of art and movies and songs have play in that space and talk to it, there's very rarely a good answer. And I'm not saying that I've got the answer. I think there is no answer, but I do think it's a part of keeping it in the conversation so we don't let it out of sight. Because if we let it out of sight, then we start to put too much importance on other things. So that's what I've written in a way, and it's going to be one of these sections that I do make sure to edit and critique, and I think it needs to be a bit more artful. I don't think the content is bad. I think it could just be written and said in a better way, even though how it is I'm quite happy with, and when I read it out loud I think it sounds good, and there's no particular sentence there that I would think, oh, I'm not happy with that. The whole thing is good, and maybe I just need to be okay with that and move on to the other components of this monologue 3 beach surgery section and see what becomes of this as I progress forward, because I'm thinking now that some of what I've written here I might be able to take and weave into some of the beach surgery considerations in a way that really help those beach surgery sections and will give this a softer light, and may even give me more capacity to know how to rework it later. So first draft, or maybe it's the second or third draft of this that I've done so far, I'm just going to leave it here, move forward and see how it looks in the shade of the other components to come. So I'll do that. Have a good day, and I'm going to be writing on the train tonight on my way home, and then I'll do some more writing in the morning and I'll report back then, see how we've gone. I'm hoping, well, I'd love to finish 2 components tonight on the train of beach surgery. If I have enough leg room on the train to do that, that would be amazing. So we'll see how we go. All right, I will see you in the morning.